Hello, good evening.
Good evening. To tell you more about Toastmaster Vittal, Toastmaster Vittal has 40 years of experience in information system, consultant by profession and Toastmaster by passion. Toastmaster Vittal has served as in various leadership roles like treasurer, president, sponsor, club mentor, and now as an advisor to the club. He has taken part in various contests in order to improve his speaking ability. And today we have him with us in Division N's first ever workshop for the year 2022 to 2023, where he helped our members to improve in their humorous speech writing and gives us some tips and tricks. So, Toastmaster Vittal, are you ready?
Yes, with the slight correction of your introduction, I was just a first runner-up of District 98.
Well, when we have 16 divisions, sir, it does not matter if you come first or the first runner-up. It's, I guess, reaching the semi-finals already justifies how good you are at the skill of humorous speech writing. Well, this brings me to my first question. How do one start preparing for a contest, and especially a humorous speech contest?
I think you are asking a very simple question. So my answer would be right now. Whoever wants to take part in the humorous speech, they have to decide. That is the mindset. You have to decide that, yes, I will take part in this year's humorous speech contest and take it seriously from there. So like one of the world champions said, take it seriously, like that he was telling. So once you decide, you take it seriously.
Sir, is there a timeline? For example, if I get to know that my club contest is in 7 days and today I decide that I'm taking part, do you think I can make a humorous speech in a week and then deliver it? And maybe if table turns, I go to the next level?
I think first question was simple. Second question is tough. Because, see, this timeline is very important. See, any speech, it will not come out like it is not a table topics speech. It's a humorous speech means, so some people start thinking about the humorous speech maybe 6 months, 1 year down the line. So something will be brooding in their mind. Okay, this is my topic. I want to work on it. They keep on jotting down the points. And actually the last 7 days, people, in fact, world champions and all, they don't do any changes in the speech. See, humorous speech is like any other international speech contest. I will explain later. So 7 days, people don't do any changes, but given the scenario, our working professionals, yes, somebody is really passionate, still want to take, nobody can stop. Yes, it is still possible. Nothing is impossible. So as long as he puts in, day out for the next 7 days and puts all his effort, then it is still possible. But my advice is not that way. You take time or decide before only that I would like to take part in this year's humorous speech contest. So well in advance.
All right. One has to prepare it before even getting announced.
Yeah, right. Normally that's a quote also. Success is when or where the preparation meets the opportunity.
All right.
So
that brings me to my next question. What kind of research do you suggest while we are drafting our speech?
Okay, see, speech drafting is a skill by itself. So your question is what type of research?
Yes.
See, first thing, what I would like to say from my experience is that whatever your mind dump or memory dump, you put it on the paper. After deciding the topic, just jot down your ideas. It need not be a speech draft or anything. Just make the points, and then you start writing and start giving the structure to the speech. Like in Toastmasters, we have a defined format for any speech. Speech structure means opening, body, and conclusion, which every one of us knows. And the support material. See, here comes the research. Once you decide the topic and the support material, whatever your ideas, you do the research. And research, you know where we can go. Your own uncle, Google. So there are lots of material in the Google, and this you have to append it to your original mind map, which I said. So the speech should not be totally from the Google. It is just a support material which you pick up to add value or strength to your speech. This is where the research comes. Research could be some facts and figures also, some statistics also, some quotations, some statements, some references. And your research could be some speakers who are already champions or who have done well in the earlier speakers. So all these are a part of the research. So that is why I said in your second question, to do all these things, the 7 days is not good enough. You have to start well in advance. So do this research. The last 7 days, probably little bit of tuning. We call it as a tuning. That you can do in the last 7 days. So, if you are, let us say, passionate or thinking that you have to reach to the finals, you have to do a lot of research. So I say, normally my slogan is write and rewrite. How many times? It's a question mark. Write and rewrite. So this is my mantra. So I think further down we are asking maybe something on that. So my mantra, one of the mantra is write and rewrite. Yeah. So it requires time to do the research.
While some people find it hard to research, some people also find it hard to choose a topic. And how do you suggest that one should go about it?
See, this question is also simple. So my immediate answer would be, you yourself is a topic.
Absolutely.
See, in Toastmasters, personal example, anecdotes are the most interesting thing for the audience, because audience don't know about yourself. So if you come out your story as an anecdote, that too humorously, that is where you hit the audience impression. So to select the topic, there are 3 areas: family, friends, and profession. So these are the areas globally. So out of these, you may be interested in certain topics. So it's a too huge area. So out of that, your interest, you jot down maybe 10, 15 topics of your interest where you can show credibility. Means you can speak on that subject with passion. That is number one. That is one circle. Second circle, you know your audience. You must know what type of audience are there in the contest or in the club or outside, wherever. So know your audience is very important. And you think if this is the audience, probably, let us say, to give an example, all are below 25. Naturally, there's something about romance, this and that, it may hit. So you have to see, that is the type of thinking you must have. Or some common subject. You make again some list. So your initial list may be, let us say, 15. And this list could be 10. So now you see that 15 and this 10, you see which are the common one, which may be interested for the general public. So that is the topic you focus and select one of that and start working on that. That is how the tricks of selecting the topic. Here, one more suggestion or clue I can give from my own experience. Normally, it is better to select some story or some anecdote, some experience in the last 6 months or 1 year, so that it is fresh in your memory and you can talk or express it more vividly. So that is how we normally select the topic. So once you select maybe 1 or 2 topics, you write down, as I said, mind map in my first question. Then out of that, you select maybe whether this will go hit better or this will hit better. So finalize once for all. Then you write, just keep on writing, pen down, don't only think. You just keep writing, maybe in the form of a story, maybe some 1,000 words. Because in Toastmaster, we have 7.5 minutes, generally 750 words, taking into account 100 words per minute, Indian vocabulary. So you prepare more than what is required, 750, you make it 1,000, doesn't matter. Then you give it to your mentor. So the mentor, having known your speeches, because he must have earlier edited your speech, he knows your mentality. So he will come out with his ideas based on your thinking capabilities. He will come out with various things. So that is your second, or that would be your first draft. Initial one is just a notes, 1,000 words.
This also makes me curious. What is your take on mentoring? As most of the new Toastmasters actually hesitate to contact their mentor, while I, from my personal experience, can assure that mentoring is the best part about Toastmasters, be it just a general speech from the path or a contest. How do you think a mentor can add value to your speech?
See, you must have seen earlier Coffee with Karan.
Yes, sir.
So, see, TV serial. So similarly, you must have coffee with your mentor first. So that builds the relationship. And all your speeches, make it a point and take some time wherever possible, across the tea table or at home. You share your speeches. Then he will know your strengths and weaknesses. So don't hesitate. There is a famous saying again, ask and achieve. So best thing is to ask your mentor. Then he will guide you. That is the first stage. You can have more than one mentor as well. You have one primary mentor, and other mentors could be from other clubs or your seniors. It could be like that. So it need not be only mentor.
But sir, how many mentors did LOL go through?
I think my speech, only 2 mentors I had.
All right. So are you in frequent touch with your mentor?
Yes, yes. On day to day, every day almost, or alternate days. He's like a family member to me.
Yes.
The DTM Toastmaster Ramanathan. So he's from District 88. Yeah.
Well, we have been one big family. So I still know the names. And that takes me to my last question before we can chit chat. What are the tips and tricks that you want to share with the members so that while they're preparing and if they're in different stages of the Humorous Speech Contest, they can improve their speech or they can keep it in mind while they're practicing in the last few minutes?
Okay. So how much time? See here, this question I can elaborate for days together or minutes together. So depending on the time, how much time we have now.
Maybe we have 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. So this is also again tough task to abridge or shorten this to 5 minutes, which I can talk for 5 days. So the first thing, if you are taking part and you have the winning instinct, of the humorous speech, first and foremost is the judges' criteria. See, the contest is different from your regular project speeches. Project speeches have specific purpose, whereas the contest is the general purpose. The specific purpose and general purpose. And there are various other aspects also in the contest. Like if I remember in humorous speech, 55 marks for content, 30 marks for delivery, and 15 marks for the language, which is similar to international speech contest. In international speech contest, 50, 30, 20. In humorous speech, it is 55, 30, 15. So you must know all these subdivision also. What are these 55 marks constitute? So here comes the overall speech writing. Like that means your structure, which I said, organize your speech, which contains the story, preferably the personal story or anecdotes, opening, body, and conclusion. Okay. So the opening should be very dramatic, maybe some quote or some famous statement. Then conclusion, it could be call for action or some message or some statement again, or summarization of your theme. So opening, body, conclusion, this constitutes the speech. So content is the king. So your 50% of the job is done. So your humorous speech is nothing but the speech, normal international speech. Here, some 15 marks are additionally allocated for the humor and how the audience reciprocate it and how effective it came. So that is where how many laughter points you created in your speech. So what I would advise, you write like a normal speech, then add the jokes or humor. Don't concatenate the humors and then make a story out of it. No. So I would say you make a story like a normal speech, then read and again read, and you tell yourself, then some ideas will strike. Okay, this, and I have seen this. Automatically some incident comes to your mind. Or when I was student, I remember, oh, that is a good point, put it like that. So then you keep on adding those jokes or humor in between to make it interesting. See, this is where the tricks of the real humorous speech. So once the content is over, that is the major part. Second is the delivery. So in delivery, it is the body language and the voice modulation. So as you know, this body language comes through the practice. How you do the stage movement, how do we do the hand gestures, verbal and non-verbal, your lip movement, and your gestures and body movement should be in synchronization with your body movement. When, for example, when you say up above the sky, your head should go there, not down. Up above the sky, you cannot keep it like this. So up above the sky, like that. So it should synchronize what you say. So again, there is some statistics saying that 60% of the speech is there in the body language. You can convey. So, and here, as I said, humor is the shortest distance between two people, it seems. So that means you can communicate better. That is how you have to inject humor, whatever anecdote you are making or telling. So this is, then the voice modulation. See here, voice modulation also, it cannot be monotonous. People get bored. That speed, volume, pitch, it should vary. Sometimes you have to speed up. Because in my speech, that humorous speech, I said, those days there was no internet, no TV, no mobile, no chill. My father reached the venue. Like I spread so fast. Then suddenly at the end, people said, oh, like that. And there should be some suspense or the surprises in your speech, particularly in humorous speech. Like I remember I said, even after 60 years, my loan was pending. You can see that. And at the end of the 60 years, I had my assets were 3 BHK flat, 2 sons, and only 1 wife. Like that. So people were, there was a surprise element there. And here, I want to say there was a pause. See, pause is the king of voice modulation, again, people say. So that pause gives the humor. Okay. Huh? So
Alright.
I should summarize this body movement like pause, pace, and punch. 3 P's here again in the delivery part. The third one is the language, that is the English. See, in every word counts. In the final stages, you have to see each word, whether it adds any value, whether you can replace by another word or synonym, like that. So, and pronunciation and telling correctly. So these are the 3 major areas of speech writing. But one more thing from the delivery I wanted to say, don't wait till the laughter subsides fully. See, just before it finishes, you start your speech. So your speech should be there, reflecting in their mind, even after you can stop that humor. So that is the trick which I wanted to share, basically. And if you want to win the contest, visualize that you are the winner. So that takes you to the success. This is what I wanted to say for you this question. Tips.
Thank you so much,
and
sir.
last but not the least,
Yes.
the originality. Invent your own ideas. Of course, you can take some references. Okay, even the world champions, every time they take little bit from the earlier champions. That is fair enough. Some point, maybe 1.5%. But the original idea should be yours. That is what be yourself is very important, even in your speech, whether humorous speech or any speech. And your personal story.
There has to be an original.
Answered your question. So the final mantra is again 3 P's. I think earlier I said the 3 P's: pause, pace, and punch. Now you prepare, practice, and present. These are the 3. This is the P's which should be your mantra. Did I answer your question to your satisfaction? Yes, because I can elaborate with the other examples.
And I've made my notes here so that I am not missing a single thing out there. And once I'm back on the stage next year for contesting, these will be my piece of notes that I'll keep in mind while I'm starting to prepare. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this interview. I hope my members will have a good time listening to you and preparing. And to all the viewers of this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Hashtag Division N shine together. Thank you so much.
Yes, I will conclude with my last word. Do your homework, all the contestants. Over to you.